Okay, so here we've got it. I've set the wheels to 2 times speed because I realized that that was actually sort of viable, but I've had to add a lot of braces. Uh, it steers just like a tank, sort of going forwards, backwards, and then they turn a different way to turn each direction. We've got these flying blocks for, pressing it against the ground for when you're climbing up hills and stuff. You've got pistons, which extend based on the anglometer. Anglometer? Anglometer. Anglometer, whatever. Anyway, so when it detects that it's at a certain angle relative to like the ground, the pistons extend, and so you can have like one of them extending, 2 of them at the same time if it's at a diagonal angle, and then just standard turret stuff. I'm actually gonna make this 0.5. Okay. So turret, pretty standard stuff. Whatever. And then you'd see it's already in action a bit. So one of the big problems I had was sort of the turret would overcorrect itself, so it would swing one way, detect the angle, swing the other way, and you just get into an endless loop. With the pistons, however, for some reason that doesn't happen. Oh, it's broken. That's not supposed to happen. That's okay though, it's still drivable. And you can see the pistons already sort of acting on that. It's got a bit of a wavy motion, but if you go in a straight line for long enough, it sort of calms down. Especially when steering, because part of the tank stops, so you get this sort of action. And with a suspension which is quite soft. But as you can see, as we go over these hills, it's quite stable. Or at least it's keeping this part relatively level. Of course there's a limit to how far it can go because these pistons can only extend so far. It's attached by ball joints here. That was a mistake. That wasn't supposed to happen. So ball joints, and then there's a block, which is actually the core block in there. And then, yeah, the anglometers are just there. Anyway, with that, let's do a bit of a wall test. I'm not used to driving this. Yeah, so it stays pretty level. Let's not hit that. Okay. If you're climbing a wall, it's not going to be able to stay as level because, yeah, it's limited. Press the button, start up the hill, and it just kind of goes. I think this is kind of, it's not really cheating, but it's kind of OP way to do off-roading, where you just have it suck to the ground. Again, one broke off. This didn't happen in initial tests when I had it slower. Of course, braking stuff is always an issue. Don't drive it like a madman. But even then, the turret tries to stay level. I feel like even though we lost a bunch of wheels, it's still pretty much level. Yeah. So that's the thing. Kind of like what they called turbo tanks from the Clone Wars? I think that's what they were called. Anyway, yeah.